Alright, hello folks, this is Xenophon, back with another PTB match. We just had the one on Gold Rush, now we've got a Yukon match. On ANS, Team 1, we've got Gnome Remover, Solus, Proneto Madness, and Nico. On Team 2, we've got Tavi, Vastal, Zabix, and Rom. So, okay, looking at the ANS deploy, looks like Proneto Madness on caps. Solus CLs, triple CLs, Epoch. Anything else here? Where's Gnome? Well, Nick's probably on, yeah, double levy. I don't see Gnome down yet. Okay, he is. So I don't know where he's gone. And then OSP's deployment. We've got, looks like Tavi. Okay, Zabix playing Monitor Blob. Not sure what Tavi's on. Maybe LNs. I'm thinking LNs. Rom on. Okay, Vastal on caps. Rom, I'm not sure what Rom is on. My game is suffering. Maybe I should not try to process videos at the same time as I try to cast Nebulous. Let's see. We'll see if the lag persists. Alright, so we've got no puncher here, deploying low triple CLs. You're welcome for this, or double CL. VLS 3 backpack. Probably SLO killers. Then we've got Nico with, looks like, okay, bunch of Tantos, bunch of Claymores, and an SDM spammer. Forget. Then we've got Proneto Madness with a double DD cat fleet. Mark 62s on these, that's a choice. Well, fair enough. Then Solus, we've got double CL again. This one with F3H backpack as well. I don't know about the double CLs here. I would prefer to see at least one triple CL. The amount of gunfire you get out, you get 50% more DPM. It's pretty big. Anyway, Tavi. Okay, Tavi's got 450 CC, Railgun CC, Bloodhound Tug. Simple. Rom has C65 LN, C65 LN, and Bloodhound Tug. Alright, yeah, my game is lagging hard. Let me close this real quick. Alright, we'll get back to that video export later. Apparently I cannot do that while Nebulous is open. Alright, so we've got Vastal in meat caps here, 4 meat monitors, 5 meat tugs, 1 shuttle. Then finally we've got Zabix on the Monitor Blob. And OSP, it's like doing the good old C-push. There is nothing here which can stop this other than the carrier. Because this BMDD is not going to be looking that way to start, and also even if it was, it would die to a full, yeah, many points of OSP. Full 6k up here.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Alright, so now down here on E, of course Vastal getting E-poked, but Rom might be, or no, okay, Rom is not here to fend off. Where is Rom? Okay, Rom has 1 LN watching A, the other one down beneath him. Ooh, this is running face first into a bunch of CLs. That is not good news. ANS gonna need, or excuse me, OSP gonna need to be really fast on this C push, because things are not gonna go great for ANS here on. Although Vastal does have 2 monitors down here fighting the double CL. If these things decide to use like 1 missile each, they will delete these things. These things have absolutely no defense. Yeah, they've got 2 chaff, a couple of decoy containers. That's it.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
So, Vassal gonna need to hope that Solus is gonna be too conservative with munitions here. A point getting capped. Getting hit by Rom, of course, as well as by Vassal. This thing is very likely not going to survive to finish this cap, and if it does... Okay. Anus getting the Beam DD in position. Yeah, there goes the capper. There's no A cap to be had. Kind of foolhardy, I think, to go for that from Pernetto. You know, it's a gamble, and it didn't pay off, but, you know, that's a full 123-point ship, probably. Does it have chaff? Okay, a little more than that. Oh, big... Oh, Nico coming down here with the Claymores, taking out these E-cappers. Is this thing gonna die? No, okay, still alive. Solus needs to switch fire right now. Okay, fire switched. Oh, railgun's hitting Solus now down here. We'll see if Vastal's monitor survives another couple of seconds. Yes, it does.
Enemy secured zone eclipse.
Did Solus use any missiles there? No. So that was all Nico. Galvi's gonna have to be really careful of these CL fleets. Not because Hercello isn't very good against CLs, it is, but the CLs do happen to be bringing some very scary missiles, which will remove them from the game instantaneously. Alright, so ANS pushing C point here. I'd like to see Vastal moving up this meat tug a little faster to just get on the point as fast as possible. Solus getting hammered pretty hard by the rails. Nope, permanent damage. This thing will be fine eventually, but I mean, that is 19 crits, 11 fires. This thing not having a good day. Of course, that is a lot of points from OSP put into capping this E point, but they do still take it, so, you know, it's worth it. Do a few line fire on that dead man. Alright, so let's see. Rom calling GG, I'm not sure why. It's like Rom did manage to pull back from those heals. If I was Gnome Puncher, or excuse, yeah, Gnome Remover, I would say, just, you know where the main OSP force is. There's one LN over here. Just run at it and kill it. Launch a couple of missiles at it, it'll die instantly. OSP getting on A. Oh, because Pernetto Madness moves the DD. Oh, that's a bad call. Don't want to be moving that DD off, because the DD, right, the DD cannot fight this many OSP ships, and it needs to stay watching A. Alright, let's see if... Okay, Breacher Flight probably gonna take this thing out. This tug. Oh, the tug? The tug is... No, okay. I thought it was trying to hide behind the Sprinter. I would have enjoyed that greatly, but it is not. The CL is getting shot, so I don't know if it's going to survive this. Odds are it probably will not. But if it does, that would be pretty big. Nope. Instantly dead. Alright. So no A-cap for either team, and they've both sacked a ship for it. Vastal's sacking a considerably more expensive ship. This is probably about 230, 240 points. So that's not great on the OSP side. But, of course, some very expensive missiles used for that. Well, reasonably expensive. It's like, Solus not going for the E-cap. Maybe no? Oh, I don't know. Solus could easily kill this one LN. Maybe Solus thinks it's already been cleared out, and yeah, Pernetto's going for it with the capper. I don't know about this. Let's see. These cappers are an interesting design. Single Mark 62. I'm not a big fan of that. Double Mark 61 is so much more efficient. These things are going to be pretty expensive. They've got a small...
The enemy is securing.
Yeah, these are really expensive cappers. And now OSP getting that C cap. Their monitor swinging out wide to prevent that beam DD from peaking. We'll see if this can get on target, but Vastal doing a very good job sticking to this rock. This thing's about to get absolutely hammered. Oh, Zabbix might not be close enough to get that lock. Oh, here goes Nico, though, with more bombers. Yeah, this thing's not gonna live. Oh, no, okay, never mind. Oh, no, there goes the beam, okay. So, ANS does manage to deny the cap. If this beam destroyer survives... Yeah, they're not close enough to get this lock, or... Where's the Acello? Okay, the Acello needs to be having floods out. Does this Acello have floods? Oh. This Acello has Pavisas, not floods. That's a big build mistake right there, which is making some big issues here for OSP. The E-Capper is gonna get taken out. Maybe not. Rom probably just gonna... Well, Rom's gonna have to move on to that point. Gnome Puncher, meanwhile, just kind of doing nothing over here. Okay, moving around to engage this LN. It is getting caught from 2 angles now. That's pretty bad for
the enemy
OSP.
secured zone eclipse.
So this monitor blob is going to have to move in for C. It's going to be pretty painful. Yeah, and okay, so ANS has the 3 cap now, OSP sitting on only 1. So ANS is going to start pulling ahead here. Only a couple of ANS assets down as well. Looks like this monitor just got torp struck, its structure broken in a pretty bad way. This beam destroyer surviving that is kind of unconscionable on the OSP end. That thing should be very dead. What OSP needed to do was either just push up so that they were within pinpoint range, or have floodlights on their Acello. Neither of those happened. The beam destroyer survives. Pretty bad. Couple of HECP. Ooh, HECP's out on the meat monitors. That, I don't know about that call. Are these gonna rock PD? No way. Okay, they don't. Vassal doing their best to dodge these, but not quite gonna happen, looks like. Oh, and they don't have a lock on this. We'll see if these hit. Now they have a lock. And there we go. That's three very expensive HECPs, though, for a, 400-point monitor. And, oh no, so many more out on these other monitors, too. Meanwhile, these things are getting hit by a 450 LN. I know HECPs aren't super efficient against LNs, but,
the enemy is securing
much better use of your points still. He's locked? Yeah, they are locked. Sola's doing a pretty good job dodging, but it's amazing, frankly, that Rom is still alive and fighting here when those missiles went onto the kind of useless monitors instead. Okay, ANS now getting that E-cap. Yeah, Rom rightfully realizing there is nothing to stop that. They need to push in for C. There's no C push. Zabbix just needs to put this monitor... Okay, looks like this monitor is going onto the point, but it's down a sun drive, it's down 2 main thrusters. Those should be... At least some of those should get restored right now. Get this thing moving faster, get onto the point. Meanwhile, we've got a capper moving up here for ANS. Getting hit pretty hard by the meat tug. It's already down its VLS, but the meat tug is now getting RPFs and will be dying pretty quick. So that might be an ANS decap. We'll have to see. Although, okay, there's a shuttle here. It is not armed. Rom doing a really good job pushing up, fighting these CLs with just, a much lower investment ship than the 3,000 points of CL here, and hurting the CL really badly. Some bad calls made from Solus here in terms of positioning and missile target selection with missiles. However, The Claymores have arrived. Good night. Nothing Rom can do about this. Yeah, there's the structure break. This thing's gone. It's gonna be dead in a couple of seconds from gunfire. Still though, this CL very badly hurt, down to an Ox. Needs to restore that basic CIC in the middle stack. I don't know about these CL build choices. This thing could be a lot tankier than it is. And it needs to get that CIC back up as soon as possible before Rom comes out from the other side and kills it. ANS does have most of their assets intact though here, and the ANS top push is being really, really, really dilatory. Fast will call on GG here. This is kind of premature, I think. ANS or OSP could still win this, but there we go. I don't know about that call to surrender. I don't know about that. I mean, I certainly don't like this top positioning and this very poor play from OSP on the C point. They missed a couple of really big opportunities to break that match open. But they probably could have pulled that back, but hey, they decided not, so fair enough. Alright, we're gonna unmute. Or undeafen.
Very unfortunate game.
Jeez.
There were a couple of really big mistakes from OSP there, which cost them the match.
I may have fumbled a bit of my heck piece there. I think that was seen.
Yeah, I did catch that.
Yeah. Not aware of my CL deciding to rotate that way. Unfortunate, but the monitors died anyways. It's okay.
Yes, the hot launch moment.
Yeah, the
I
thing
didn't know
that
they were
really,
hot launch.
I think if
You
ANS, if
didn't
OSP
know
had
hot launch.
been able to kill that beam destroyer on C, they would have been in a much better spot because that thing should have died. It should have been really,
It should. I pointed out exactly where it was going to poke out from. I placed a marker. The LRT wasn't pointing at
So
it.
The
it didn't pop out
LRT
from where you
was
said, and the problem was the LRT was too close.
What do you mean? What do you mean it
LRT.
didn't pop up from where I said? It was like 500 meters from the position.
You marked like low. The LRT was pointed low, and it popped high.
Right.
Well, so the thing is also though, if the Acello had floodlights, or if the monitors had been within 6.5 kilometers and got a pinpoint lock, then it would have died.
Yes. But sadly that didn't happen, and we didn't cap C, so the game was essentially a situation at that point.
I think the surrender was a little
difficult.
premature. You still could have won, but it would have been enough.
It was not happening. Look at the condition of the Voxes.
Well, one of the Voxes was
And
basically
how long?
dead.
But I'm out of heck P, and the Voxels will struggle against Ocello and modders. But it's just all about like if you could get there fast enough.
You just went on caps after the capsule just died.
Yeah, we just run around and then try to like zone you out until you guys have to split up, and then we pick you off from there. That is
Well, I
the
think the thing is, though,
essentially,
that
there's
was
not much else you could have done.
Very well already. Like the CLs had already kind of blundered into that 450 LN and almost lost one CL.
yeah.
Like that thing was not going to survive another fight because it didn't have thrusters.
Yeah.
There comes the question also of superiority from ANS since we didn't have a carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, OSP brought no anti-craft, and that got punished pretty hard.
Oh yeah, no, it was partly intentional.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how a meat fleet handles.
For sure, and I'm not saying that as a criticism. I'm just saying.
Oh no,
that's
I
what
know.
happened there.
It's just explaining the rationale.
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder if decoy puke claymores are gonna end up being the new load-bearing versus.
Yeah. The fleets that we brought, even if these seem to, they are very, very, very strong, and the fleets that we're bringing don't even attempt to deal with them. Like at least the fleet I was bringing, it doesn't bother. It just accepts that it's going to die. And the question of, okay, is it more valuable to just die or not? Yeah.
I
Anyway,
was
let's
I was,
ready up,
like,
please.
I was kicked off the one fleet that I have built for this PTB on OSB because I only have like a cap fleet ready.
The
So.
Zella fleet should be pretty much the same.
I don't
Well,
think
yeah,
Azella
but,
Solo
like-
is really the play anymore.
I don't know, I think Gazellas are still probably pretty good.
They're good because of the
I-
sea
No
elves.
capitals.
Also, like, if you're bringing them in support of a monitor blob, Auroras are really good at clearing decoys. Like, they might actually help
Oh, I
there.
mean, I'm arguing for double CC.
Zabbix, can you ready up, please? Thank you.
Like,
I watched
I wasn't
two
I wasn't
Claymores
on
and-
I wasn't on the right side to give them the cover, and that kind of led to their death.
Yeah, I think double CC might, in working together instead of having them split up, might be seen more with the amount of decoys that are coming out. Just to
You can also just push BDDs.
Alright, so I think we've heard everything we need to out of that. So I am going to. Oh, I might. Hopefully that didn't pick up my Discord screen. We'll have to check that. But for now, thanks for watching. Yeah.